To administer an IRI, we would suggest first that a teacher select an IRI. There are many available, commercially available. Some teachers like to make their own. Many core reading programs come with the IRI. So pick one, review it so that you're very comfortable with it. And then we would suggest starting with an easier passage for the student so that the student is motivated, it's not too difficult. Typically that would be 1 to 2 grade levels below the student's current performance level. We of course start any assessment by telling the student why we're doing the assessment and establishing rapport with the student so again they feel comfortable and do their best work for us. We also explain how the IRI will proceed so the student knows that they're likely to read 2 to 3 stories, that they will answer some questions afterward. Again, we want them to be comfortable and do their best work.
Hi, Soleil. Hi. You're going to do some reading for me, okay? And we're going to read a couple of passages, and I want to find out where your reading level is. And so some of the passages are going to be real easy, and some of them are going to be really hard. And if you come to words that you don't know, I'll tell you. But when you get to the real hard one, I'll just say stop, okay? And that one's too hard, and we'll just stop there. Is that okay? Very good.
Many of the IRIs start with an introduction, so if there is one, we should introduce the passage to the student, read the intro if it is provided. We do want to check fluency, so we can time the students to check their fluency, starting our stopwatch as the student begins. We want to avoid saying ready, go, or begin. We just naturally start it when we hear the student's voice. Then as the student is reading along, we're checking the stopwatch for 60 seconds. At 60 seconds, the examiner would mark their protocol to indicate that that's how far the student got. We allow them, though, to finish the entire passage, marking errors along the way so that we can analyze error patterns if there are any. When the passage is completed, we ask the comprehension questions at the end of the passage. Typically, there are somewhere between 5 to 8 questions. And we continue this way from passage to passage until we've really reached what we would call the student's frustration level, when it's obviously difficult. We can give the teacher a sense of perhaps 1 word in every 10 the student is making errors with. That would indicate the text is too hard.
The
United
States printed its first postage stamp in 1847. The first 5 can stamps showed Benjamin
Franklin.
Franklin.
Let's stop here.
You can stop an informal reading inventory at any point where frustration is reached. You do not have to go through an entire passage.